I am Aaron. I play guitar with the Burn-Ins, blues rock band. Yeah, we just led worship this morning at Grand Prairie Alliance. And yeah, just want to run through the gear I used. So there's a lot of it. Some of it's pretty sweet. So yeah, we'll start with the guitars here. My main guitar is a 2008 Les Paul Classic. Yeah, I've had it for a while. Solid guitar. Yeah.
Everything's stock in that?
Everything is stock, yeah. The 57 Classic humbuckers came with it. Actually, I replaced the knobs on it because they broke. But other than that, it is 100% stock. Yeah.
Cool. What's the other one there?
This guy, this is a fun one. This is a 1969 Harmony Rocket. It's a full hollow body. Yeah, 1969. So like back in the 60s, you'd buy this thing from the Sears catalog for like $100 or something. Considered like, I don't know, an entry-level guitar. It's not the best like well-made guitar. The quality isn't there, but yeah, it sounds super sweet thanks to these pickups in it. These are called gold foils, and I guess they're kind of gaining popularity now.
It came with those ones?
Yeah, so these are
Made?
the stock
Okay.
pickups on it. Yeah. And so when I got it, I had to do a little bit of fretwork to it, I guess. There's some buzzing. But yeah, so the later 60 models have a truss rod in it, which is what I wanted. So you could adjust it because, yeah, they're not that well made and like neck warpage is a thing. And then I added the Bigsby and a roller bridge to it as well. And yeah, it stays in tune well for a guitar that's like super old. And yeah, I tuned this one to open G, do a lot of slide on it. Yeah, so that is my guitar.
Cool. And what are you doing for pedals?
Moving on to the board. I was doing a fun setup today. Yeah. So you can see there's a lot more chords running one of my pedals than what I normally do. But we'll get to the amps later and what that's all going to. So yeah, first in the chain, classic Boss tuner. There's a wireless there sometimes I use if I want to. Not today. So yeah, tuner. It goes into a phase 90, into a crybaby wah. And this pedal here isn't connected to the chain. This one belongs to line 6. So it goes from the wah to a JHS Morning Glory. This is the version 4, so it's the newest one. Yeah, and then into a Nano Big Muff, this little small guy. And then into a Full Tone Full Drive 3, the 20th anniversary edition. So it's nice and orange and looks cool. Yeah, so I have it set on the 90s setting, so it's kind of like a Tube Screamer-ish. And then for today, I had boost going into the overdrive. Get a touch more gain when I click on that. Usually in burn-in shows, I use it as a volume boost for solos, so I flip that switch up.
Oh, yeah.
And then, yeah, get a touch more volume when I do some lead work. Yeah. And then from there, I went into the Line 6 Stomp Box Modeler. Yeah, I use this for... Yeah, I used all my delays for it today. I have different patches, or dotted eighth, triplet eighths, and then just a straight 8. So then the pedal itself, this Line 6 pedal is connected to it, and I can adjust certain parameters on it.
Is that a blend mostly? Or?
Yeah, so I have toe up is a lower mix and lower feedback, so it's a little bit shorter delay, a little bit not as present. And then as I roll the toe down, the mix goes up and the feedback goes up, and then I can like find the sweet spot in there, and I'm constantly adjusting, I guess, as I go. So yeah, I really like that for the delays and having this pedal. Makes it really versatile. Yeah, and for burn-in shows, I have different patches with different tremolo settings. I use an octave fuzz. Yeah, but mostly delays for church, because, you know, that's the cool thing to do. And then last in the chain today was a carbon copy. So after the Line 6, it split off. I was running stereo into, this one was going to a 65 Deluxe. And then the right side, I guess, was going to this carbon copy and then to a homemade DC30. Yeah, so I had this just like a touch of slap back on it just because there's no reverb on that amp. Just kind of give it a little bit more niceness to it. So, yeah.
And just what's this? Do you use this for burn shows?
What's that?
The talk box?
Oh, and yes, the talk box. So, wasn't used in worship today, unfortunately. Might have to break that out sometime. But yeah, so in a normal burn-in show, I would have another cord going out of the carbon copy and into the talk box. Should be glass in the chain just to get all the effects from everything and have the slap back on there.
So is that an actual, like it's taking, so it's coming from the pedal board. It's not.
Right.
It's not
so
connected
this
to the speaker. It's connected in the pedal board.
Right. So this has its own driver in it and its own preamp. So it takes a different power source. It's an 18 volt. And then, yeah, so I click this on, and then it cuts out all my amps in the back. And then there'll be like a surgical tube thingy sticking out of there. It goes up my mic stand, and I put that tube in my mouth, and then do the Peter Frampton, Joe Walsh talk box thing.
So this one's interrupting the signal at the speaker? Like it's going straight, it's powering straight to the speaker?
Yeah,
or?
so this itself is powering a speaker inside of it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I click it on. It cuts off the signal to my amps, but then there's a little speaker and a preamp inside here.
Oh, and going into your vocal mic.
Right.
Okay, so
then
it's the classic talk box kind of.
Right, so
setup.
it is a classic talk box. So
Yeah.
my amps, so the sound from the talk box does not come out of the amps when that is engaged. It comes through the microphone, and yeah, that is the talk box.
Okay.
So, I had a really fun rig today. Yeah, most of these amps were handmade by Mr. Matt Yeomans behind the camera. But we'll start with my rig. So, this was coming straight out of the tuner, coming out of the output of the tuner. And this is I think it's a late 60s Harmony H400 it's called. Yeah, super old, super, it's like 5 watts maybe. Yeah, what it says on there is not what it actually is.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it's like kind of like a Fender Champ. It has a little 8-inch Jensen speaker in it. Some weirdo like radio tubes. They're not like your classic 12AX7 or 606 power tubes or anything. So it's kind of an oddball. So when Burn-In's live shows, I pair that with this, a 65 Deluxe reissue. This is like a limited edition version with the red Tolex and kind of the brown grill cloth, but yeah, it's still a 65 Deluxe. I did a speaker swap on it with a Celestion Cream back.
It already came with a special like Alnico, right? When
it came
this
with
model specifically. But
yeah, it came with a different Jensen speaker than what the normal reissues come with. But yeah, it was a little bit too chimey and too top heavy for me, so I swapped out the speaker to something a little bit mellower, kind of smooth it out a little bit, and yeah.
The M65 Creamback, right?
That is the one.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah, so in normal Burn-In shows, I run these two in tandem, not in stereo, just daisy chain out into there, and then they mix together really well because the Deluxe is all low and top, and then the Harmony is kind of nice mid and squishy, and it kind of works really well together. So today I was running, this was completely dry signal, no effects at all going to this amp, and then it was split off into stereo between the 65 Deluxe and then this guy right here. It's a matchless DC30 copy, right? That you made?
Yeah, for the most part.
Right.
It has a couple little tweaks, like variable voltage regulator and stuff, but pretty much the same.
And then what speakers are in that one? It was a
we were miking the Celestion Blue.
Miking Blue.
Yeah, it has also a Veteran Retro 30 that just makes it sound big, but didn't need that. So you're wet, dry, wet today.
Right.
So, yeah. Cool.
That is the rig. These other amps here were just for show.
To fill in the black curtain area.
To fill in the black hole.
We lit them up
back.
with red so that
Why not, eh?
the backdrop didn't have any black holes in it. So
yeah, Matt'll have to do another rig rundown of all the amps he made. These are all handmade by himself. And yeah, cool. That is my rig. Thanks for watching.